Okay. Well, I'm just going to... Oh god, that's kind of loud actually. I'm just getting used to doing this again, so I'm just going to record me playing Worm of Wormcraft. And, I don't have anything to say about that, really. I just wanted to test this new avatar because I was waiting to, before I did any, I didn't want to do any, I didn't want to make any new, I didn't want to make any videos, I didn't want to do anything. I just want to sit around and stare at a wall and do nothing, basically, until Vroid updated, because I knew they were adding stuff that I was going to want to use, and I was like, well, I might just redo my whole avatar then, and that's what I ended up doing. And I might change it more, but like, for now, this is fine, I think. Like, I don't know, I might change the clothes a bit, but I'm pretty happy with where we are right now. So, now is the part where wow is way too loud. I'm turning it down even more. It always feels like it's too quiet, and then I turn it up, and it's like, wait, this is loud, and it's like this whole song and dance. But like, as long as it's not, I might turn it up a bit in here. I hope it's not too loud. I hope it is not. But we'll see. So, yeah, I am recording. Okay, cool. I think. Yeah. Okay. What am I doing? Oh, I'm gonna go to Telradar. Where is? Yeah. No, not Shatarath. Telrador, and I'm just gonna quest in Zangarmarsh, and that'll be that on that. This is my little funky little test video because I don't know. I'm giving up and procrastinating. I think this is gonna be alright, but we'll see. I might start officially. I might start streaming. I might become a streamer. I don't know. I do not know currently, presently. I guess it could be fun, but like, I don't know. I'd have to commit. Don't know if I'm ready for that yet. Whoa! What was happening over here? Hang on. Maximum cleavage? What? No. I don't know. I saw. There have been some good and some bad guild names. Like, you feel like they had this vibe of like the era. Some of them are pretty like era accurate vibe wise, and then some of them are like, you tried so hard, but I hate your. Oh hi, that scared the crap out of me. You tried so hard. Like, I know. I'm trying to think of the one that I saw that I really liked. It was like something in my tongue. It was like a new. It had an old, like a classic WoW vibe, like a classic WoW energy, but with like a reference to something that would be new that happened recently. I don't remember for the life of me what it was, but I was like, that's really clever, and I like that it has like it feels like a classic WoW guild, but it has a modern reference to the name, so it's like modern classic. I don't know what I'm talking about. But then I saw one that's just like trolls did nothing wrong or something, and I was like, they tried so hard to be funny. It just doesn't work. Like, you can't just say words and get offended when people don't laugh. Like, you gotta, I mean, I'm sure like a large amount of people in that guild thought that was funny, because I'm sure it's not empty. But they don't have a good sense of humor. They left their sense of humor in the past. This is getting overly critical. I didn't mean to be overly critical. What I'm trying to say is, like, sometimes people are funny, and sometimes they're not. So I'm gonna keep my eyes. I saw them around here. That was yesterday, I think. Or 2 days ago. Whenever the last time I was playing this game was. If I see it, I'll definitely remember. That's the kind of memory I have. So I'm here to call people out. Calculated? That's a I guess it's a fine guild name. Maybe they are calculated, I don't know. I'm not doing what I did last time, which is just jump off. I have a strong sense of feelings and energy about this elevator. This particular elevator is my least favorite elevator in the game, I think. Because it goes, oh, they're being nice. it goes like in and out, and like I'm never expecting it. Like, is it gonna go out a little bit more, or is it gonna come back in? I don't know. And it's like, I want, every single time it's like, either it's like not gone in all the way, so I jump off and I miss, and I either fall and die because I'm up, or I'm down, which is kind of worse actually, because that means I have to walk all the way back. And what happens is like, you can never, after jumping off that elevator, you are never gonna get back around in time for you to land. It's gonna get really close, but you'll never get that close, and I think that makes me angry when that happens. I just can't have patience with that elevator. I hate that stupid elevator. That elevator sucks. That's my least favorite. I didn't have an opinion on the elevators in this game, but I think that's my least favorite, officially. What am I doing, actually? What am I actually doing? Like, what am I doing? Black Sting? I used to know where that is. I need to, like, move my avatar. Hang on. It's over. It's hot. Oh, yeah, south of the glowing Draenei Towers to the west. Hang on, that's a lot of words. Southwest. I know, like, vaguely whereabouts it is. I'll find it. I've been, ever since the first release of Classic, like before BC Classic even, I've hold on to my pride of not installing Questy add-ons. Because I have this, like, sense of pride that I know where everything in this game is. Like, I have everything in this game memorized. And that's sometimes true, and that's sometimes not true. Sometimes I do have to do a little Google. It's been mostly true, though. Like, for the most part. Like, I'm not suffering without Questy, or whatever the heck it's called. I don't know, what did I use? I remember when I first, before Cataclysm, I forget if it was in BC or if it was in, Wrath of the Lich King. One of the two was when I first discovered Curse and the Curse Quest Helper add-on thingy. And that felt amazing for me at the time. I was like, whoa, it just shows you everything. And then, like, that became an official part. Is this person gonna die? It became, like, an official part of the game in Cataclysm, I guess. Okay, they'll probably live. They'll survive that. It's fine. It became an official part of the game. What am I saying? In, like, Cataclysm. And then I was like, oh yeah. Cool. This feels great. Thanks, Blizz. And then I got the, like, I was there when the gates were opened. I was there when they built them out of bricks and mortar. When this came out, and I was like, no, I have to exert my dominance. I don't know what I'm talking about. I have to... Oh god. Please don't frostbolt me. I'm trying to find something very important. I kind of like this sense of pride, like, yeah, but I know where everything is, though. Even if it's been... How long had it been since the shattering? That's not important. Like 10 years? 12 years? When did Cataclysm... I'm not Googling that. That's not the point. The point is... I'm going off on a tangent. I don't know why. Like, what am I talking about? The point is, I don't have any quest add-ons. Because I didn't need them. And now to be honest, I'm not really paying attention to where I'm going. I have this sense in my body that's like the WoW sense. I have to, like, dig into my memories from 10 years ago to find this. Well, not really, because this is a quest still in retail. Like, we're in the retail zone. Like, this is basically... Outland, basically the same, as far as I know. I haven't played retail since Legion. No, that's not true. I haven't played retail since Battle for Azeroth. When Classic came out is when I stopped playing retail. Well, I played a little bit of retail during Battle for Azeroth after Classic. And then Shadowlands came out, and I was like, well, I could play Shadowlands, or I could just play Classic more. Like, it was becoming obvious that I couldn't devote all of my attention to both retail and classic. I said I was going to play both in in Classic. No, in Battle for Azeroth, they said it was going to play both. And that was kind of true for a while, and then I realized, like, retail is structured in a way that's, like, burns me out. It's, like, specifically me. Maybe other people too. Probably other people too. But it feels like every expansion pack Spliz is like, we're gonna fix this problem that we have with how we design our games. We're gonna fix it, and you're not gonna feel burnt out anymore. And I'm like, yes, thank you so much, Blizzard. That's wonderful. I really appreciate the effort you're putting in to make this game not burn me out. And then they do a little bit. They're like, well, you can have a different way of getting rep. Or something. And it's like, oh, they changed it. But it's the same. And I'm so burnt out because they want you to play, like... They say you can play as much as you want every day. But there's, like... once you're behind, you stay behind forever. And that might be the case with this, too. Like, I guess you could argue that I'm pretty behind. I'm not 70 yet, so I'm never gonna be... But I at least feel like I have control. Like, I feel like after a certain part... I am nowhere near where this quest enemy is. I just know that. Let me go over to where No, I can't. Do I have that quest? Hang on. Oh wait, the bow... Did I pass by that? I'm trying to remember. Is this where the... I need to move my character again. Is this... No. Zangarmarsh is actually one of my favorite BC questing areas. I've finished the zone like 3 or 4 times. And you'd think that I'd remember, but kind of forgetting. Let me go do Withered Flesh, actually. I might get, like, murdered, but, like, it'll be fine. I got killed a couple times when I was questing there yesterday. But, like, they weren't camping me. They were pretty, like, polite. Like, they'd just be like, oh, get out, you're killing my mob, and kill me one time. And then I just res somewhere else, and they leave me alone. Like, they're pretty polite, all things considered. So, I think it's fine. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, like, getting burnt out from retail. But it feels like, if I wanted to, I could get to 70 in, like, the next 24 hours. If I, like, crunched. I don't have the energy in my body to do that physically, but, like, Blizzard themselves, the holy hand of Blizzard, is not stopping me, personally, through time gating from doing that. So I feel better. Like, when they're personally like, no, you hit the amount of rep you can get today, you've done all the quests, go home, go to bed, eat a bagel, get out, stop playing World of Warcraft. That's when it's like... It feels like... scummy? Is that weird? Does that make sense? That might not make sense, because it's like you'd think that they would want you to get addicted and want you to play the game, like, 24/7. But I don't think it's actually what they... want. I don't think that's true. I think what they want you to do, because they don't make money for every day you play in a month. They make money for every month you play in a year. So what they want you to do is to feel like I wish I could res them, but this is a horde enemy, so no. And also I have like 5, and it's for like the first level up, so no, you get nothing. They want you to play every day of... No, that's not true. They want you to play as many months as possible. And they don't make more money off of you playing, like, 24... They don't make money off of you playing, like, until you physically can't and you have to, like, go to bed, but you, like, pass out on your computer desk. So they don't care if you do that or not. Like, it doesn't bother them. So they don't want you to... What am I talking about? I feel like I'm, like, on the cusp of having a point. Oh, I thought that was him at first. I thought that was my guy. I know where he is in my heart, but I don't know where he is in my mind. Like, I have this sense, this feeling, the World of Warcraft sense, and I feel in my heart where this enemy is located, because I've killed him at least, like, way more than 3 times. Like, probably at least 10 or 20. Because I don't even want to think about the amount of times I've done certain quests in this game. Like, human starting zone quests? At least 20? That feels like a low ball, actually. It doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is, like, Blizzard, Mr. Blizzard is like, you gotta stop playing so you can play tomorrow, and sometimes tomorrow is from the 29th, not every month is February, from the 31st to the 1st, if that makes any sense. This is a conspiracy theory that I've made up. But really, I don't want to... What if I want to get everything done on the 39th? I'm not going to unsubscribe. I promise you I will not. I don't think anybody in the world has been like, wow, it took me less days, number-wise, to finish... Oh god. They're going to kill me if they see me. I'm ghosting. I'm going ghost. Nobody in the world has ever been like, I finished my rep grind, so I'm never going to play this game ever again. Like... If you're willing to spend more time per day than... I almost said Joe Biden. I was trying to come up with like a fake random person name, and that was the name I came up with. I mean, Joe's a pretty normal name. Joe... What's the name? Grandpa Joe from Grandpa Joe from... Joe Clinton, no. George Clinton. Yeah, George Clinton. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so, why am I talking about George Clinton? I don't think he ever played WoW. That's not the point. I'm getting distracted. I have this part of my brain that's like, the singular brain cell that stores my rotation in, and it's like, I just like put that cell and I like light it up, you know, like you light up a neuron, I light that cell up, and why is there, like... Their name means available in Spanish. Wait, what? Why is this... Like, I'm... Just because I was here all those years ago, doesn't mean I know why there's level 70s killing these guys. I think they're doing it for Sporgar rep. That's what... If I was level 70 and I was here killing mobs... That's probably what I would be doing, is I would be killing for Sporgar rep. So I'm assuming that's what they're doing, but... The thing that I'm most excited for, I'm gonna stop talking about Joe Biden or George Clinton or whoever. I don't care. Everybody knows what I'm trying to say, because everybody agrees with me. I've never met somebody who was like, that's not, I'm like lying right now. I'm sure there are people who are like, yeah, I think Blizzard is doing an amazing job at making me play day 1 and day 2. Like, what if I have like a doctor's appointment? I have to call out sick from World of Warcraft. Then what? They don't give you, like, backup rep. They're not like, oh, you were sick? Well, I'll just give you today's, what is it called? When you get a card? Oh, yeah, today's rations of reputation. Like, they're like, you have to go and do your dailies. But since we changed the way the game works, you only have to do 30 minutes today and 30 minutes tomorrow instead of an hour today. And then you're like, well, what if I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow and I can't call in sick from World of Warcraft? Or call in doctor's appointment? And they're like... I'm gonna die. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. How am I pulling so many mobs? Mr. Horde, Mr. Undead, please frost blast me so I don't get... Can a horde please come and kill me so I don't get... I almost said reputation loss. So I don't get... my armor broken? I need a hero, someone to rescue me. That's like 2 different songs. What am I saying? This is working excellently. I can do this for the next... Where's my Baja Blast? I keep moving my Baja on my desk and it's like, whoa. Oh, there's nothing in... There's like a little bit in here. And I'm out of bubbly. That's the thing. That's the thing they don't tell you, is if you lose your sense of smell due to COVID-19 and you drink bubbly, it does just taste like normal seltzer water. It tastes like club soda. Like, it had all these, like, these edges and feats and, cantrips. And it's like... Whoa, it tastes like Sprite if Sprite didn't have any sugar in it. And then it's like, I drink it and I was like, oh, it just tastes like water with, like, it went flat. I let it go flat because I take a long time to drink things sometimes. I usually don't let things go flat, but I guess that day I was just not feeling it. And I also lost it, that probably didn't help. But I found it again and it was flat and I was like, oh cool, I found my bubbly, I'm gonna drink it. And it just tasted like water because I was sick. And, this is Blizzard's fault. Please boycott them. No, not really. I feel bad because I'm not up on the news. I feel like if I'm going to play this and make a video about it, about me playing this. I should like see what's been going on. But I got so burnt out emotionally from all that I was like, you know, I don't know how to feel. Like, I mean, obviously, I know exactly how to feel, and that's strongly negative about the whole fiasco. But like, it's like, I don't know. I also like Nintendo. Like, and EA. I don't like EA. I don't like any. What I'm trying to say is I don't like companies. I don't like gaming companies anymore. They're all bad. I miss. This is why. What am I talking about? I think that EA or who I'm not googling. I'm not fact checking. Who made the original ET game? I don't know why it was my game. Why my brain told me it was EA, because that's absolutely not the truth. I think they should just make another one of those and cause the downfall of the gaming industry, like was originally going to happen. But Nintendo was like sleeping. Like Nintendo, like the entire company of Nintendo, they go on a break for tax reasons. They're like, we're going to avoid taxes, you guys, this year, so we're going on a break, and no new games will be released because we're avoiding taxes, and we have to spend a lot of time focusing on avoiding taxes, so we're not so there's no new Nintendo games. And then because they were the reason that, what am I talking about? And then they release a new ET game, and it's the original ET, but they just re-released it for PC and all the new consoles, and it's the original ET game. It's exactly the same, completely 100% the same, except they add microtransactions or something. Yeah, they added microtransactions in loot crates and a battle royale mode, and the gaming industry dies. And Nintendo's on a break, so they don't release Mario. Nothing happens. But then there wouldn't be video games anymore, so that wouldn't be cool. Who would make video games? I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far. And Blizzard gets bought out by... I mean, Activision Blizzard gets bought out by, indie dev Bob. I don't know who that is yet, but we'll find out in the next. Oh god, see this guy, Kijoko Bodo. If he sees me, and I'm like, if I'm at like 1 health and I have a bunch of enemies ganging up on me, I'm manifesting him coming in like an angel and killing me, so I don't get any. Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing here? I've just been killing these guys. Do I need to, like... I've been killing them. Do they drop? I wasn't paying attention at all. Hang on. I think they just drop... But it's like they got this... The classic drop rate. So it's like, yeah, you killed 13 guys and got nothing. I don't know. I mean, as long as I level up, I'm pretty close to leveling up. If he sees me almost dead, he'll come and save my armor. My armor thing. He'll save me from losing armor. Like, if I'm gonna die anyway, I want a horde to... Because it's like, it's kind of a win-win situation, because the horde gets like a free honor point, and I get to not have any, loss of armor durability, because I don't want to pay that. I'm saving up for my epic mount. I still don't have my fast ground mount yet. Which is cringe. And I keep seeing people and then being like, oh my god, they must be level 60, they have their fast mount. That's so cool. And then I'm like, wait, I'm in BC and I'm over level 60 and I don't have mine yet. But I keep seeing somebody with their fast mount and thinking they're gonna like gank me. Like, I still have my like level 20 and my level 20 in Stranglethorn brain cell that sees an epic ground mount, and goes, oh no, they're gonna kill me and end my life. Like, that brain cell is still active in my brain, even though I'm like past that point. Like, if this person saw me, they could come and kill me, but it's not because they're level 60, it's because they're level 70. That's a different thing. I don't get that haha I'm in danger feeling when I see a flying mount. I'm just like, what a crusty old Wind Rider. Wow, that's so crusty looking. Where's your Pegasus Demon Flame Lord 9000 that you bought off the eShop for $60? And then it's like, oh, that's the retail brain cell. There it is. Found him. We all have ugly mounts in this game. Personally, I'm actually, what I'm most excited for is to do the Netherwing grind again. Because I've been craving doing that Netherwing. That's the Nether, oh hey, I got it. Cool. Okay, so I am just supposed to kill them. Sweet. That is my favorite rep grind in the entire WoW franchise. Like, out of all the rep grinds I've done, to this day, that one is still my favorite. And I'm really excited to do it again. I don't know why. The Netherwing rep grind just hits different. And, like, I did do it I did it past after Cataclysm. Like, when did I do that? I think that I did that during Mist. Yeah, I did that during Mist of Pandaria. And so I think I was, like... But I don't think I had gotten to 90 yet. I think I was, like, I was doing it... I can't remember if I was 90 or not. I might have been 90. But I just want to see, I'm kind of curious as to how it's going to feel, like, in the BC zone. Because obviously I never did it during BC. I think BC I was still, like... I had a character named Ashling who was a druid. But at some point I, like... swore to leveling celibacy, and I, like, sold all my gear so that I could afford more roleplay gear, and just, like, only roleplayed. That was, like, late BC, early Wrath that I decided to do that. I don't know why. I was having a really good time roleplaying at the time. I didn't want to level anymore. I wasn't having as much fun. And even now it's like, I want to roleplay, but I don't want to stop leveling. Like, I have never been good at having enough time for both, until Retail made it so that you could level up in, like, 30 minutes. That was an overreaction. Hey, Horde, come kill this enemy. I'm not really paying attention to what buttons I'm pushing. Whatever. Okay. Oh, but the good thing is I'm getting those tendrils, and I need those... I'm gonna need the tendrils for, Swargar rep. I have a bad habit of, like, getting rid of them, like, fendering them. I mean, like, what's this? Garbage item in my inventory? Be gone. And then realizing later that I need them for Spore rep. That's another reputation. I'm cautiously optimistic about doing Sporagar and Cenarion again. I know I'm going to do Cenarion because I want that mount, and that mount would look good as heck on this character. In Sporagar, yeah, sure. The pet's cute, I think. Is that the one that's, like... The little Sporling pet, that's a pet battle pet, I think. That they added in, Mists. What is the... Oh, it's the Spore Bat. That's right. That's the pet you get from Rep. Yeah, that's a cute pet. I like that pet. So I'm excited. I'm cautiously optimistic, because I do remember... I don't remember if I chose to do it this way, if there's, like, an easier way to get Sporagar and Cenarion Rep, or if I just chose, like, the path of least resistance, but I remember... In Retail, I think it was, yeah, it must have been in Mists. I think in Mists of Pandaria is when I started getting into doing rep grinds, because, you know, there was a lot of them in Mists, and then it was like, well, let me go get the old stuff that I didn't get yet. So I got, like almost every BC rep, and then almost every Mists rep during Mists that had a mount attached or a pet. Not, like, the ones that were just like, you can get raid gear, it doesn't matter anymore, or whatever. Like, not those, but, like... And I did a couple... I put off a lot of the reps in Wrath for some reason. I don't know why. So I think most of the ones that mattered I got, but at the same time, it's like, I'm pretty sure I didn't get... Yeah, I didn't get Sporgar. I mean, Sporgar, what am I saying? I didn't get the Murloc guys. And even, I still need to buy more eggs. Like, I low-key hate the eggs. Is he gonna be... What's his guild name? Past my bedtime? Yeah, I guess it is past your bedtime. You can kill me. Can I kill this parched Hydra first? Watch this. Yes, I got my loot in! That's the MLG Pro. Alliance Auction House. Oh yeah, I sold some stuff. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I know people will like beef with me for this, but I have this habit of just like being unfazed when other people try to kill me. Because it's almost always like at a time where I'm like in the middle of killing something, and it's like, do I really want to like put forth all of my effort to prolong this death match? Or do I want to just like let them kill me and get their like a point of honor and move on in my life? It depends. It depends on how much like faction rivalry I have in my blood. For the most part, I'm like, I have no sense of faction rivalry because I play both factions. So I'm never like, ew, word scum or whatever. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's Bob the Orc over there trying to kill me. I bet he has friends and a family. I won't want to ruin his day. Or whatever. I don't know. I just don't care. I don't have an ounce of gamer rage in my body. I think once I became an adult and not a teenager anymore, I stopped having gamer rage. Because I'm trying to think of the last time I had a gamer rage moment, and the only times I can think of were like when I was like 15. Or like even like maybe 18. I'd say it's like the upper limit. But now I'm like, I don't have the brain cells to get mad at things that don't matter. Well, I still get mad at things that don't matter, but they're different things. They're not video games. They feel like they matter more than video games. Okay. What was I doing? That guy killed me and I lost my train of thought. So whatever I was talking about, that's gone with the... Not gone with the wind. That movie's bad. I mean, it's not bad. I don't know. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. Like, it's bad, but I feel like if I say it's bad, then I will, like, somebody will dig a hole under my feet, like a pit underneath me. Like, they'll push me into a pit, was what I'm saying. I don't know. I feel, like, socially obligated to say it's good. Not socially. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I just feel like we should... I think as a society, we should stop thinking about that movie and start thinking about other movies. Like how they made a new... I don't know how to feel about this because I haven't... I literally almost said I don't know how to feel about this because I haven't seen what other people think yet, which is like... That sounds questionable, but I like hearing other people's opinions before. Because people usually have good points that I couldn't think of, so I don't want to go out and immediately be like, this movie is good or amazing or horrible until I'm like... Maybe somebody saw something that I haven't. So I'm official. Well, I really enjoy being neutral on things. That's my favorite hobby is not having strong opinions about things I don't need to have opinions about. But I don't know because they made another movie. Disney made yet another movie where the protagonist turns into an animal. And like, how are we feeling about that? How is our collective feeling? I watched the trailer twice, or maybe 3 times. I know I watched it at least once without the sound on and once with the sound on. I might have watched it a 3rd time just to like... I think I did watch it 3 times. I don't know, it was like 2 minutes. It wasn't really that much time out of my day to like watch this trailer. So yeah, I might have like indulged. Just like looking at the details and being like, they're making a new movie again. I can't tell if I'm like losing my mind as I'm getting older or if Disney makes a lot of movies. Like, it feels like they just keep making movies and I can't keep up with them anymore. I've had, like, a couple of Disney... Like, I wanted to watch that Last Dragon film, but just haven't gotten to it because, like, I have things I'd rather be doing than watching Disney movies, and that's not because I don't like Disney, but that's just because I don't like sitting down and staring at a screen for an hour. Like, I realized this. I was, like, laying in bed staring at the ceiling, and I realized that I miss going to the movie theater, which is a weird thing to say because usually there was a time in my life where people would invite me to go to the movies and I would just go. Like, I'd just be like, well, I don't really... I think it was the depression talking. I think I was just depressed. And that's why I thought that I didn't want to go, but I forced myself to get out of the house and to be with friends and see movies. And now it's like, wait, I kind of miss that actually. Because, I don't know, it just hits different. Like, I can watch as much Netflix as I want, assuming that I ask my dad for his credentials, but that's besides the point. I can watch, like, movies But it's like, it's just different when you go to see a movie in the theater. It's kind of fun to be like, hey, I remember seeing that film in the theater, even if it's just like the same thing you'd be doing at home, but in public, surrounded by strangers in like a dark room, and the bathrooms or public bathrooms would freak me out. I'm less scared of them now. I've grown past that out of necessity, but like, still, sometimes I'm like, I'm so glad that I don't have to leave my house because I like being able to use my own bathroom, which is a really weird thing to say, but like, it's the truth. And like, but like, I was sitting there and I was like, trying to remember all the movies that I'd seen in the theater and how much of those movies I remembered of them. Because the main thing that I have to say is I don't think that seeing a movie in the theater actually makes you remember it any more or less. I think that depends on the movie. But also, like, I have had movies, like, there's this movie I watched, okay, so for backstory, in high school, there was, I had a time of my life, in, like, middle high school, like, yeah, like, right smack dab in the middle, where I got my dad's Netflix credentials, because he gave them to me willingly, I did not steal them, so I was like, well, I'm just gonna watch, like, a movie, like, every day. I'm just gonna watch a new movie that I haven't seen before, because I like, genuinely like watching media and like personally like critiquing it in my brain or whatever, or just like enjoying new flicks. So I was doing that, and I watched this movie. It's called, in America, or in its English release, it's called Underdogs, but it's like it's from some Spanish speaking country. I don't remember which one anymore, but this movie's called Metegol, and I remember it being really good, and I was like super, like, I loved that movie so much. And I was like laying in the ceiling at night thinking, and I was like, I just realized I don't really remember what happens in the movie anymore, but I remember liking it a lot. Like, it was a good movie. I thought it was great. Like, I couldn't stop talking about it for like a week. And now it's like, what I remember is there's these like little, like a foosball table, and the little men on the foosball table like come to life, and the guy who works at a restaurant like gets shrunk or something. What is he? Okay, whatever. You can do that. That's fine. He gets, like, shrunk. He gets, like, put in the foosball table, and they have to play football against a character, and I'm pretty sure he's a typecast, but I don't remember who anymore. Because I distinctly remember Googling his voice actor. So he's either a typecast, or he's imitating a typecast. Which I have more typecast things to say in a minute, but not yet. And I've only been playing for 30 minutes. That's not that bad. Okay, so, and this movie, like, I like this movie so much. Hello. Hello, Mr. Wexel. And I can't remember what happens. Like, I just remember that faint some scenes and, like, the tiny men coming from the foosball table. So I kind of want to watch it again and be like, what was, maybe that movie, I hope that movie didn't suck. I hope that was, like, genuinely a good movie. Because I liked it a lot when I watched it. But that put me into this thought process of movies that I watch I don't remember. And I remember, I always forget, this is a fun fact that I never remember to tell people, is that I saw Man of Steel in theaters. And that's what got me into the thought process of seeing something in theaters just to make you remember it more. Because I do not remember anything about Man of Steel. I have, like, a couple of screenshot images in my brain, because I have pretty good, like, mind sight. I can see images of, like, things that I saw in the past easily. So I remember, like, 2 screenshots worth of that film. And it's when Superman is, like, standing in front of his, like, barn house in the middle of nowhere. And, like, oh, and I remember when they were blowing up the city, too. That's another one. And, like, the main enemy. And he's in the spaceship thing, I think. But, like, I don't know, I know, like, Superman fans are like, that movie was the worst. And, yeah, I mean, I don't feel strongly about superheroes, but I can agree. I watched a movie, what we did is, me and my friends, I almost said at the time, we're still friends, but we don't do this anymore for some reason. We would go to this, like, quite frankly, expensive, but aren't they all, Studio Movie Grill. It's not Studio Movie Grill, that wasn't the place. It was something else, but it was, like, the same premise, where you go, it's like a movie theater, and they serve real food there, but it's like $600 for a plate of chicken nuggets. Like, I didn't think about it, it wasn't that so bad to me, but then I started going out on my own, like, without my grandparents or whatever, or whoever was taking me, And I would go out on my own there with friends, and I'd have my own money, and I would be like, wait, this is very expensive. I don't want to buy anything other than, like, a root beer. Why would I want to spend this much on chicken nuggets? This is disgusting. And it's like when we went to that golf place, too. There's this place, it's like fake golf. It's like, it's not mini golf. Like, your real golf club and a real golf ball, and you just... It's like some Wii Sports feeling thing, where you, like, swing the club at the ball, and it goes flying, and you want to make it go as far as possible away from you. I think, from what I understand, it's called Topgolf or something. It's like fake golf, but it's like fake real size golf. And there's holes in the ground, and there's like you want it to go in the hole. I think. I'm trying to remember how it worked. I had fun, but I was not like very strong compared to my friends, so I was like. I did not win that game, I think. If there's really winning, I don't know. You get points based on how good you are at hitting the golf ball away from you, and how good you are at getting it to go into a hole in the ground and not going into... There's foul zones, I think. And the food there was expensive as well. I had my own money again, and I brought it because I was like, well, I'm kind of hungry actually. Let's see what we have to eat. Because my friends were like, oh, just wait. We can get food somewhere else. And I was like, well, let me just, like, peek at the menu real fast, just in case. Just in case there's, like, I can't live without, you know? And it was so expensive, and it was, like, not even good. It wasn't even, like, worth paying a lot of money for. Like, you know how you get, like, something like... certain foods are worth paying more money for, but that is never the case with certain foods, and those foods are like American food, like chicken nuggets and french fries. I would never pay more than like fast food prices, because it's not like, if it's better, it's not like worth spending like $15 for a tiny glass of root beer or whatever. Actually, I think they usually drinks are like, you get a decent drink, and it's like refills. So like, I think I got like, I mean, knowing me, I probably got either root beer or Coke, cherry, root beer, cherry Coke, or Dr. Pepper or Mr. Pibb. Because nothing here has Pepsi products, so I don't get Mountain Dew when I go out that much unless I'm in another state. I think there's I'm killing the wrong enemy, I just realized. I'm like so in my own little world that I'm not paying attention to what I'm killing. I'm just killing indiscriminately, but it's fine. We'll get there eventually. At least I'm getting Spore rep. That's fine. I'll take a Spore rep. I feel like there's some, like, secret contractual thing that stores in the state of Georgia are forced to sell this Coke product. I don't know why. Because nothing here has Pepsi. There used to... The one place I could get Pepsi products at that I would go to semi-frequently was Arby's. And then they stopped having them. And I remember that. Because I went to Arby's to get Mountain Dew Citrus Cherry. Oh crap, he scared me. He's been, like, pretty docile. He's been chill, so it's fine. And then they stopped... I mean, I hadn't gone... When I got the news was like last year or 2 years ago, maybe. And I had not gone to Arby's in a long time because I usually went to Arby's before, like, drama club, and I stopped doing that. So it was like, I was flabbergasted. I was like, wait, hang on. You're trying to tell me that Arby's has Coke now? Like, Coke product? And they don't have citrus cherry anymore, and it's like... I'm, like, not one of the people who was, like, super nostalgic. To be honest, when I first had citrus cherry, I didn't like it that much. Like, now, I think I would like it, because I like drinks that taste like that, like it does. I think at the time, I think something happened to me, because the only thing I can think of that made me not like it is that might have been the diet sweeteners, but now I can't taste them anymore, so I don't think I think I would like it now. Like, something happened to me. I grew up, I guess. Like, I was a teenager, and I think something happens to you when you're a teenager, when you become an adult, that makes you, like, stop hating things that you used to hate. That, like, that I associate, I don't want to say I associate with adults, because that does not make any sense whatsoever. But, like, stuff like, oh, I might actually die. So, like, stuff like diet sweeteners and, like, I almost said spaghetti. That's not it. Spinach. I learned to like a lot of things I did not like as a kid. And I think that was just because I went to them and I ate them on my own terms instead of anybody else's terms. And when you do that, it's easier to like not hate like an eggplant. I don't know. For instance, if I'm like, well, let's try eggplant like this, it's a lot better than somebody being like, eat this eggplant or you suck. Like, it's like consensual. I don't know. Sometimes you just have to be the one to tell yourself to eat the eggplant and then eat it, and then it's like fine, because you're not having your arm twisted by somebody who just doesn't actually care about the benefits you would get from eating eggplant. They just care about the fact that you don't like something that they think is good. It's just different when you're doing it because you want it to want it. You have to want it, is what I'm saying. How did I get in a conversation about eggplant? I don't even know how I got here. I'm just killing enemies, like, without thinking. I mean, that's what I do anyway. Like, bold of anyone to assume I'm paying attention when I'm playing this game. When I'm questing, I'm usually watching something. And I'm usually, like, pressing the brain cell that does the... I turn on the brain cell that does that knows what buttons to push, like what places on the keyboard to put my fingers and press down. And I just, like, press buttons. I'm probably not doing... I'm probably doing what might be considered somewhat of a key spam, but, like... I mean, I do kind of miss... I mean, I'm gonna always go on about how I miss WildStar. That game was the best, and it didn't deserve the fate it got. But the best thing about WildStar is, for a while, I eventually did switch to tank, but for a while I was playing Stalker DPS, and that's literally a 2-button rotation. Sometimes you press other buttons on your keyboard, but Stalker, even Stalker tanking, was just like, if you're solo, you can really just, like, look away and press buttons on your keyboard. And, like, I know when I'm pressing, like, in my heart, but I'm not really paying attention. Which is also the reason why I spam buttons before they light up, because, like, it's the next button I need to push. Eventually, I will have enough energy, and I will push the button, and it will go. But that probably makes it... whenever I stream this to friends, without fail, at least one person is imitating the sound of my character saying, I don't have enough energy, or I don't have enough rage, or mana, or whatever. It's like, yeah, I know. The button I will eventually have enough. The button will light up. So I'm just gonna keep pressing it until it does, and then when it does, I will do the same thing on the next button that I need to press, and I'll just keep going. It's not that annoying, I don't think. I really hope this isn't too loud, though. I'm gonna turn this down, actually, because I'm, like, freaking out. I have audio mixing issues. If this whole thing is, like, unwatchable, my non-stop tangents about God knows what, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not paying attention. Should I move? Because, let's open these. Maybe I'll get a nice surprise. Nope, I just got clam meat. What I really wanted to do is just test this avatar, and it looks like it's working. I'm not having any issue. I can talk. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about typecasting. That's right, because I was thinking about typecasting. Because I was thinking about Jimmy from Grand Theft Auto 5. He's like kind of a semi-rare typecast, but you know him when you see him. And all the characters that are Jimmy characters, they all look the same. It's not like Warburton's, where all Warburtons sound the same, but they don't all look the same. All Jimmys sound the same, and they all look the same. But the thing about Jimmy is I can't remember if the character from Barnyard is him, or if he's like a... Wow, my avatar kind of glitched out there. What the heck was that? If is the character from Barnyard, is he a Jimmy, or is he like a character imitating that typecast? Because I know the guy from Aliens versus... I almost said Alien versus Predator. That's not right. Alien versus Monsters, or Monsters versus Aliens. That's Jimmy. That's the same actor. But I don't remember... I could Google it. I'm just gonna Google it, like, right now. Like, let's just go ahead and, like, find out for ourselves. Okay, Jimmy, GTA 5 voice actor. Because I don't remember his voice actor's name, to be honest. Danny, is that true? Danny Tamborelli? Okay, I'm googling it. Danny Tamborelli. Okay, we're about to find out. Okay, let's see. I'm checking his IMDb page. We are going to find out if this man was known for, because I don't think he was. I think that was them imitating him. It would be in filmography, I guess. What? Why is Grand Theft Auto 5 in film? But that's not a film. That's a game. Oh, this is just too confusing. All that. Law and Order. Oh, he's in Law and Order. I don't think I've seen enough of that to know when. Babysitter's Club, the recent one? Oh, no. But wait, is this all known for? Show by year. Let's go to year. That might be easier. Oh wait, it should be year ascending. What's the oldest thing he was in? Okay. Ryan's Hope. Storybook musicals. Because the Barnyard was like 2000? 2002? It was later than that, wasn't it? When did Barnyard come out? I can't even remember when that came out. It was after the 90s. It was definitely like in the 2000s, for sure. Oh, what is Iris the Professor? It has a puppet in it. I want to watch that. I don't know what that is. Holy crap, what is The Adventures of Pete and Pete? Nickelodeon? How did I miss that? Because I was a Nickelodeon kid. I don't know how I didn't see this. I know what all that is. And all that is like very sternly, it's in a very hidden part of my brain. There's Law and Order. I recognize the woman. Magic School Bus, yeah, I figured he... Wait, wasn't he... What? Was he the redhead in Magic School Bus? Okay, come on. There's a voice actor in Magic School Bus whose last name is DeSanto, which is just a coincidence. It's like a synchronization that has nothing to do with anything. Wow, okay. Figure it out. Bonehead Detectives. Why am I on the IMDb? I just need to know. Why is it listing every Magic School Bus episodes, like, individually? Like, please don't, actually. Just list it by franchise. I don't need to see every episode to figure it out. Oh god. I can just Google. I don't know what the kid's name is, though. If I was streaming, if this was a stream and not, like, a recording, I could just be like, hey, chat, who is the boy? Well... We're not there yet, okay? We'll get there one day. I just want to go off on a tangent in my own time. A giant corn! I remember all that, but I don't remember what episode of Giant Corn all that. I mean, what episode of all that had a giant corn in it. I want to watch that one. Bewitched. Is that character problematic? Britney Spears. Igby goes down. He was in Fillmore? What? Okay, I'm sure he was a super sidecast. That's another show that I haven't seen in so long, I don't remember anything about it. Like, I literally watched that show. Yeah, 2002, yeah, I probably watched that when it came out. But it's like, in a hidden part of my brain. Who is he in Fillmore? Who is he? I gotta find him. Why? I feel like IMDb, they could maybe make their website a little bit more convenient to like use. Am I old? Joseph Anza. Well, does he look? I'm gonna Google Joseph Anza from Fillmore. I think I spelled Fillmore wrong. Does it have 2 L's? Okay, I should stop doing this because... Wow, I googled his character. That does not look like a typecast from him. So maybe I was wrong about this guy. He does not look like Danny Tamborelli at all. Can I Google... It's been such a long time. I genuinely... Like, this show is a pit in my mind. Episode appearance. Okay, whatever. That's not the point. I'm literally AFK. Let's not get too focused. The point is, like, apparently not all of his characters, like, I mean, that's never really how it is, but, like, he out of all the typecast, he feels the most like his characters look like a him. Because he was Jimmy, and he was the guy from, Aliens versus Ghosts. That's not how the movie's called. Aliens versus... Monsters versus Aliens. He was... Because he was, right? I don't know. I think he's kind of like a sleeper hit, honestly. Like, when I heard him in GTA, I was like, oh, it's him! It's the kid! The mean kid with the red hair and, like, everything! Holy crap, it's him again! But I think he's I think that my favorite iteration of that character is Jimmy. But that's just because there's something wrong with me, I think. I don't know, I thought I was gonna hate Jimmy at first, because he reminds me of people I know in real life. I know people who act like Jimmy, and they're very annoying, and I don't like them. Wait, that was mean. I didn't mean to be mean, I'm sorry. I'm just saying, if you are like, oh, my dad has $1 billion, and he bought me this Xbox 12, and I have a watch known as a Rolex, and you make the noise he makes. That's a different character. That was not his voice actor. But like the kind of laugh, like you're like deriding somebody for their wealth. That's cringe. Or I mean their lack thereof in your sensibility. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going off on a tangent again. That's besides the point. What I'm saying is I thought I wasn't gonna like him, but in classic Grand Theft Auto form, that game made me hate. I almost said that game made me hate every character I thought I was gonna love. I meant that the other way around. That game made me love every character I thought I was gonna hate. Because I thought I was gonna hate Trevor. I really did. Like, before I played that game, I was like, I hate Trevor, and anybody whose favorite pro tag is Trevor, something is wrong with them. Like, I seriously was, like, out for blood. I was gonna tell people. I had a friend who told me that I think she told me her favorite was Trevor. She was like, oh yeah, I like Trevor because he's so funny, haha. And I was like, that is literally, I didn't say it, I was fuming. I was like, oh, haha, okay, well, that's cool. Mine's is, I don't remember who I said, so don't ask, probably Claude or something. Something like basic like that, you know? I was like, oh, haha, but like inside, I was like, I can't believe you. What is wrong with you? I thought that something seriously had to be wrong with somebody for liking Trevor. And, like, to an extent, I think there are some people who like Trevor just because they're edgy and he's edgy, but, like, he's generally written well enough that I don't hate him. Like, I actually genuinely... If he wasn't written well, I would hate him, because I hate characters who do the things that Trevor does, like, vehemently. I just don't like obnoxious, edgy stuff. But he was written in a way that made me, like, forgive it. Like, at the end of the day, he was funny. Despite, like, normally, that was like those were razor thin margins. If they did anything less with Trevor, if he was any less of the character that he was, I think I would hate him. And I can see why people would, like, have issues, because I know I've heard critique of him and that game just in general, of being, like, a bit edgy, like, that. It feels like every Grand Theft Auto game gets worse. Like, not worse, like, as in, like, quality-wise, but, like, they test it more. They get more, like, they take more advantage of that M rating. Because, like, there was that whole hot coffee fiasco. If Grand Theft Auto 5 came out in the era of the hot coffee fiasco, that game would have been so different. I don't know what happened with media censors since then, but something did, because I was flabbergasted when I played that game, because, like, that was the first modern GTA game I beat. I'm working on 4. But I beat that one first, just because, I don't know, I wanted to. Like, I'd seen at least a little bit of every other game at that point, but I had seen nothing of 5, except for, like, 30 minutes of somebody playing it in VR, I think, on Reddit ages ago. I didn't really remember that well. They had just started Trevor They had done like 2 Trevor missions and then just became goofing off and then stopped streaming. And that's what I had seen. And it was like the first couple of missions with Trevor. And you know that first mission, that first cutscene with Trevor? Like, what happened? I remember, I don't remember it like I was there. Like, I mean, I was a GTA kid. That doesn't make any sense. What I'm saying is, I played GTA with family members and friends. And I knew about the game and I liked the game. I didn't know anything about the story or care about the story because we just played to goof off. I liked games where I could drive a car. I still do. Car driving games. Very good. Love those. But, like, I mean, so, like, the hot coffee scandal wasn't really in my radar until, like, much later. Like, after it had already been away. So I don't really have, like, that in my mind. But just knowing that it was a thing that happened, and then seeing Trevor's first cutscene in that game made me go, wait, what happened to media? Like, this isn't, I don't personally think this is a bad thing. Like, I don't care. I have no feelings. It's just wild to me that, like, and it just, you think of Grand Theft Auto 3, there were no hard curse words. I was like I couldn't decide if I wanted to say cuss words or curse words. There were no, like, strong swears in that game. And now, they're just, it was like the first game to have an F word, and it was San Andreas. I'm pretty sure. Right? Yeah, that has to be right. I don't think it was Vice City. I think it was San Andreas. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm right, because, I don't know, I just don't want to be wrong on that particular fact right now. That's not really an important fact or anything. But now it's like, I don't know, I guess, I'm curious to know what happened with, like, media censors throughout the years, because it feels like every Grand Theft Auto game that comes out gets away with something that they didn't get away with before, almost. Maybe to a lesser extent than I think, but, like, it does really feel like every game, it gets a little, I don't want to say worse, but it's not like, it doesn't bother me. I don't care. I don't feel strongly about it. I'm not gonna, like, cry myself to sleep because a pixelated man said a cuss word. Like, I don't care. It's fine. But it's just interesting. I just think it's unique. It's a unique thing, a unique fact about the series. They just keep pushing it, I guess. Like, what's gonna happen when they make a Grand Theft Auto 6 if that ever ends up happening? They're gonna have to invent new swear words, I think. Like, we're coming on the edge of, like, how they can make this game. Maybe that's the reason they haven't made a new one, because 5 is, like, they're running out of ways that they can make the game. They're gonna have, like, an F-Zero conundrum. They're gonna run out of ways they can make the game more scandalous than the last one. So they're just gonna stop making them. That makes it sound like I'm calling F-Zero scandalous. No, but the reason Nintendo gave to why there isn't F-Zero games is because they can't come up with the reason to make a new one. They can't think of anything to add, which I think honestly is bogus. Like, in a world of, like, cash grab remakes, just make F-Zero. You don't even have to, like, up the graphics, or just port GX to Switch and people will buy it. That is there are 2 games, or 2, like, series. I think it would just be 2 games. Well, let's say series, let's say franchises of games. Well, I mean, I would say 2 games, but, like, one of them is 2, so 3 games, I guess? Well, there we go. Now I can get out of here. There's 2 specific games, 2 sets of 2, let's say it like that they could port to Switch, and you would print free money for them. And that is F-Zero X/GX, one of those 2, and Radiant Dawn and Path of Radiance as, like, a bundle deal, probably. Those would print money. Anything else, Nintendo needs to be careful with, but I genuinely feel like those 2 games specifically, the normal critique that Nintendo gets for cash-grabbing remakes, people would be so happy that they would finally have access to these games, like, easily on a next-gen console, portably, in bed, etc. Like, on the toilet, whatever. These specific games, they wouldn't be as under fire as, like, Breath of the Wild, not Breath of the Wild, sorry, Skyward Sword for Switch, or like Mario 3D Collection. All of the games that they've done remakes for, you can already like. I don't want to say that they're like amazingly easy to get. They're not like that easy to get, but they're significantly easier than the 4 games that I mentioned. And I know Fire Emblem fans are pretty diehard. I don't think any of them would complain. I mean, they would be allowed to complain if it was like truly a crash grabby remake. But I don't think that many. Like, I think if Nintendo wants to do the most cash grabby thing they can with the least amount of pushback for being cash grabby, Path of Radiance. Oh, I did it. See, that's what I meant. That's what I do. I'm like, oh yeah, there it is, and you get back up and you think, yeah, no. Oh, okay, that's fine. At least they were supportive. What was I saying? I lost my sense of... Oh yeah, what I'm saying is that's the path of least resistance. Oh, hello. I'm not gonna mess up again. I'm not gonna do it. Okay, we're good. For the path of... talking is not easy. The path of least resistance for them would be Path of Radiance and Radiance. The path of least resistance... The path of least Radiant Dawn... No, I can't make a joke out of that. I thought I could, but I can't. The path of Radiant Dawn of... No, the path of Radiance of least resistance would be Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn. Because they could just literally just like be like, okay, we're not even going to give you updated graphics. Here are the games as they were in their original release, but you can play them on Switch now and $60 for both games. Because, like, throw us a bone. And they already did that 60 for 3 games for the Nintendo Mario Collection thingy. So I think they can give us that. That being said, they might... I don't know how I would feel. I think I would feel pretty, like, skeevy if they made it limit time. But, like, that would be skeevy of them. And presently, I don't think I have it in my brain to judge how much, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much of a crap fest that would be. I mean, I think people would be pretty angry. But I think that more people would be defensive of it because of the fact that the games were hard to get, like they're really expensive. I think more people would be willing to just be like, well, at least we got it, than with the Mario games. That being said, I don't think that they should make it a limited release. I think they would be skeevy and uncool, but like, I don't know. Okay, Black Sting's Bane. I still haven't done Black Sting's Bane. Like, I've been ignoring this guy. I gotta find him. I might just, like, Google him. Let's just Google him. I'm just gonna Google Black Sting's Bane. I'm just gonna, like, Google, like, okay, yeah, look at the map. Map. Where are you? Oh, this is, like, this is even in retail, because the quest is the same in retail. Ugh. Oh, he's in? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I didn't even go where he was. Oh, I think I avoided it. Okay. And I will make sure to do all of the, whatchamacallit quests here. The, Funny goat, deer, pet mount. Kajamagugu. What is that brand? What's that band called? Kajagoogoo. That's how it's pronounced. Thank you, IPA. Couldn't have done it without you. What am I doing? Oh, I was ignoring that. Well, yeah, the bloodthirsty marsh fangs. I'll kill them in a bit. I don't need to kill them though. Where am I? I need to go to Twin Spire Ruins and then go like west. I always say south, but it is south. I'm like overcompensated for my brain's tendency to like rotate things 90 degrees. I'm surprised. The other day I actually said south instead of north. But normally I would say like west instead of south or something. I think I was trying to not do that. And then I'm just a little bit like I have a brain with cells inside. And each cell individually carries a zone of World of Warcraft. Oh yeah, one day I should stream that World of Warcraft GeoGuessr thing if it still exists, but like, I played it by myself, and I got like 99% to 100% accurate every time. Not even joking. So I was like, is this even gonna be fun to watch? Yep, there he is. Would it even be fun to watch me? Like, I wouldn't struggle, or I wouldn't get confused. I'd be like, oh, I know exactly where this singular mushroom is in Elven Forest. It's right here on this pixel. And the game would be like, haha, you did it. You successfully have no life, or whatever. But that doesn't change the fact that when I dream in World of Warcraft, the zones aren't always accurate. My brain, I have dreams in World of Warcraft zones, and it's just like whenever... Oh, that's such a cool... I don't know why it's a chain, but okay. Like, I talked about this on a stream I did like a billion years ago. That's like, I think that's on my channel actually. I might do it again one day, but like, whatever. Of, me doing, WoW Alpha, like going through Alpha zones. And I mentioned this then, but like, I had dreams, when I have dreams that are in Ironforge, sometimes it's like 100%, it's usually not 100% accurate. Like, the area around the bank usually is, but isn't always. But a lot of it gets really close to what the alpha looks like, even before I knew what Alpha Ironforge looked like, which I think is kind of interesting. But I've had some interesting... I should like write down, like do illustrations of and write down how my dreams in WoW zones differ from how the zones actually look, because sometimes it's kind of interesting about how it gets like really close, but there's like some interesting discrepancies. And then I have dreams about like zones that aren't like real. Like, I had a dream the other night. I have this a lot where there's like a zone that's like next to, you know, the area next to, like up in the mountains of Stormwind, there's like a waterfall and stuff. I keep having dreams that there's like a path to Durotar there. One of them was like there's a path to Durotar up through the mountains, like you would walk through the mountains in Durotar or something the other side, and then another one was where like there was a hidden zone. Like, they made World of Warcraft Classic Plus a thing, so they added a zone for like level 60 plus mobs, and they were like dinosaur, like the thunder lizard things and like Kodos and stuff, and it was like kind of like a jungly area, and there was like waterfalls and stuff. That was kind of cool. I don't know, there's always like these specific areas that my brain puts me back in. Someone psychoanalyze why I do this. Wait, let me look at Bohamu. Let me go ahead and check. During the war, Temple to the southwest. I'm like 99% sure this is the breadcrumbs quest to a rep. Either I'm like 99% sure it's for you know, the goats. But, well, we'll see. I'm trying to think of other interesting dreams. I have really good dream memory and, like, good visual memory from my dreams, which is helpful, because then I can go off on tangents about them when no one asked. And I have a lot of dreams about, like, the human zones area. I had some interesting dreams about Red Ridge being bigger than it normally is, like, being huge, and having, like there's, like, a back end of Red Ridge that's, like, kind of like if if Mulgore was Red Ridge, basically. That's what it's like. I have a lot of those, where there's like a mountainly, like a little mountain city, and then there's like a back area that's like plains. I like that. I like it when Red Ridge is like that. That's kind of nice. And I've had dreams where like Mulgore is a little bit different. And like, I had a dream once where there were buildings on the side of Thunder Bluff, like in the bluff part, like, and you would like go up on like, what are they called? Not drawbridges, sorry. Like the hanging bridge things, and they're like all like tied all around the sides of Thunder Bluff, and like there's like little outcropping buildings and stuff, and like elevators. That was kind of nice. And I have a lot of dreams about Stormwind having like additional areas that you can go to with like up on the. Like I had a dream about WoW Classic having a dock. Yeah, I'm going the right way. I'm pretty sure. Like a nice little dock area that didn't have, like, the boats didn't go anywhere. They're just for decoration. So it wasn't where, it's, instead of being where the normal dock is in retail, it was like off to the side of where the panda area is in retail, and like the portal area for Cataclysm Zones. That's where it was, and there was like a little dock there. And there was nothing, like, there was nothing there, it wasn't for anything. It was just, like, to look nice. The boats didn't go anywhere or anything, but it was, like, kind of chill. But also that dream had, Gamma from Sonic the Hedgehog in it, so that was confusing. Oh yeah, I have a lot of dreams about, the Barrens. I think there's some kind of, like, interesting psychological connection between all these zones. Like, they're all, like, early zones. The human starting areas, the Barrens, sometimes Durotar, and, Thunderbluff. I don't know, oh yeah, in a lot of dreams I go to, Stranglethorn and, like, Booty Bay. Booty Bay is usually a little bit different, like, more waterfalls, but mostly the same. Like, the path, I don't know, my brains like to make boring World of Warcraft areas very pretty and scenic. Like, the path to Booty Bay, instead of just being like, you know, path, enemies, mountains, whatever, there's always like these like little rivers and like waterfalls and stuff. It's just kind of nice. I'm pretty sure I'm going the right way, aren't I? And there should be like a... Yeah, is this where Watcher Lisa is? And that's like the breadcrumbs to getting, like, right over here, right? Like, or over there, actually. And I don't think I have that many dreams about Outlands. Like, it's really just, like, those areas, classic low-level zones. Mostly the human zones. Maybe I should try to branch out. Maybe I should try to, like, lucid dream to more WoW zones to get into my brain. Like, let's not... I can't live all my life in Ironforge, but there's a slightly different bank. We gotta move things out. To be fair, the banks in Ironforge in my dreams are usually pretty cool. Like, it's like where the bank is, like, geographically, but it looks different in the room. Like the ground is usually like a grate. Like, when you jump at the pit in the middle, it's like that. And, like, you can look down under the bank and see, like, the lava and stuff. That's cooler than what it actually looks like. Blizzard, change what WoW looks like, because I had a dream. And then there's, like, the back areas and, like, the parts of it that are, yeah, I know I'm not reading the quest text. I know I've done these quests, like, 3 times. Okay, this little funny man needs to go, though. We're not having this. That's not cute of you, Marshfang Slicer. I was going on a tangent. And, like, I do remember some dreams where the center of Ironforge is very similar to the way it looks in Alpha. And a lot of them, like, there's extra buildings and stuff. Oh man, I should talk about my funny dream. I had a dream. Oh yeah, see, like, I'm glad I kept those, and I think I can just do that again. Oh, okay, I have to... Oh, okay, yeah, I gotta kill them. Oh, okay. Okay, it's fine. And, I had a funny dream. Okay, so it starts off in Ironforge. Ironforge is mostly the same, like, basically. A little bit different towards, like, the middle area, but, like, I can't describe it. Like, it's just, like, subtle differences that, you know, it's not obvious, but if you knew, you'd know. If you know, you know. But if I can't really describe it. It's just like a little bit different, and a little bit. Oh, it's like kind of more open when you go. You know how you go to the sites and there's the war side on one side and the mage side on the other. It's like, oh, I could probably kill that, but I won't bother with it. Or can I? Hang on. Investigate. This is a spawning glen, though, isn't it? I'm gonna ding soon, though, so I will be able to kill them. Let me just, like, sneak around. And I'll get that quest, turn it in, and actually ding. Oh, yeah, and aren't there, like, orb things I have to get? I think those are, like, just, like, on the ground. So, like, those areas were more open. And there was, like, a little, like... I don't really know how to describe it other than more open. Like, they're wider. And, like... The war area, like, stuck out. Like, it wasn't just in that building. There was a bunch of, like, people and anvils and, like, forges and stuff in that, like, all out in the middle of the floor. Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. That's right. I remember now. And so, like, that's fine. But I go around to, like, the little... You know how there's, like, these different, like, houses, sort of? Like, just against the walls and stuff? Towards the opening to the library, the doorway to the library, towards that door, there's one of the buildings. I think that's, like, adjacent to an inn in real life. So I go in there, and there is, like, this is, like, during WoW Classic, but I think it was another, like, WoW Classic Plus stream, because it added some content, which we will go into in a second. But I go in there, in that building, and I have some quests. I'm playing as my character from Classic, Amy Lynn, who's my human warrior, and I go in there, and I turn in some quests. To, like, she's the dragon, they're like dragon tars, I don't know what they're called, I can never remember, like dragon spawn, I think, or something, and it's like a red dragon. She works for Alexstrasza, so we're talking, and she's like, okay, cool, great, you turn in quests, thank you for turning in quests, that's awesome of you, you're so cool and epic. So she tells me I have to pick out gear first, because I got that quest. So I get the gear that's, like, good for my class or whatever, so I'm like, yeah, I'll take this one, this seems good. She's like, okay, so we're gonna send you into the zone where there's a war that's happening that we need you to help out with, like, you know, like, MMO garbage, that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, let's go to the war zone, let's fight. And so she's like, okay, I gotta use my dragon magic now to get you there, and she casts a portal for me to click on, you know how there's, like, the portals, and I'm like, okay, I click on the portal, and it puts me in a new zone, and the zone's, like, heavenly light, okay? It's like a heavenly light zone, like a heaven zone, and the text, you know how there's, like, a text when you enter a zone, it's, like, discovered or whatever? And it's, like, in my chat, it's, like, you have discovered Israel, however many experience points, and it's, like, it's got the toast, the text toast above the screen, it's Israel. And I'm like, oh crap, they added Israel to World of Warcraft? No way! And, like, the plot of the Israel zone is, oh wait, I don't have to talk to Lisa, oh right. The plot of the Israel zone is the angels have come back to Earth because they were tired. This is, like, a really political dream, actually. Spoiler alert. The angels have come back to Earth because they were tired of people fighting in Israel. I don't know why I was having such a political dream, so don't ask. And I don't know why this is in World of Warcraft either. And, like, you have to come back and you have to, like, help people. You have to help everybody evacuate Israel because the angels are, like, causing Armageddon or something. And nothing else interesting. That was the last interesting thing that happened. And then it's just, like, I was, like, exploring an abandoned building. And I think I found a Game Boy or something. And I don't know, it was really weird. Like, it got less and less... It's like one of those dreams where they start out and they make a lot of sense. Discarded nutriment. How do I get that? Oh, kill. Okay. Quag Ridge to the east and look for dietary clues. Okay. Quag Ridge to the east. What? That's here, right? Okay. Yeah, I remember this quest and then the other quest, and I'm getting them mixed up sometimes. Just give me a feral thing. Just give me this. I don't know if my feral tree is the best, but it's a feral tree. And, yeah, I just got, like, less and less logical. I remember, like, falling through a, like, decomposed part of the floor. And I remember, like, trying to keep trying to keep the fact that they added that to World of Warcraft a secret from my friends because I didn't want them to get upset. Which is kind of funny. Like, I was, like, so concerned. Like, I don't know why I didn't see that and was like, oh, I'm dreaming. Because usually when something stupid like that happens in a dream, I'm like, oh, this is obviously, like, made up. Like, this wouldn't happen in real life. But I was, like, so concerned about protecting my friends from the knowledge that they added Israel to World of Warcraft that I was like, we have to keep it a secret. I want to do this level so bad because I want to do the new World of Warcraft Classic Content Plus content, but they can't know about it. I just want to know what was going through my brain before I fell asleep that night that made me have that dream, because that was... was that when the stupid stuff happened? I can't imagine it. And it was one of those things where I was like, this, when you wake up from a dream and you're not like fully, like it takes a couple of days for you to process. So I was still like, it took me like half the day to fully be like, wait, that was just a dream. I can tell my friends about that dream. They're not gonna get angry. Why would they get mad? That didn't happen. Like, that's just like such an unrealistic thing for me to be concerned about, just in general. What is, am I gonna die? I kinda wasn't paying attention. Oh no, he's fine. He's yellow. We can take on an enemy that's high enough level for me to kill easily. Let's see, I'm sure I've had more interesting WoW dreams. That's the only one that's like, yes, so funny. It's usually just like boring stuff. Like how people talk about, like, when you have a dream and you're just, like, driving a car past every red light or whatever. That's how dreaming was described to me. Like, somebody was like, yeah, sometimes you just have dreams where you're driving past every red light. Those are the boring ones. I'm like, I think those are when I have World of Warcraft dreams. Like, my brain just goes, what's some repetitive thing that you've been doing, and just does it. It's usually not interesting. It's usually just, like, I'm in Ironforge. I don't know, I had a dream once before I ever had gotten Aibo. I had a dream that I got an ERS 7 named Cup, but his name was like made out of emojis, but it was pronounced like Cup. And they weren't even logical emojis. They were like pictures, like the ones that look like women's like yelling and like holding hands, holding things, like the human emojis, kinda. They were those, and just a bunch of like random ones like that. But his name was pronounced Cup, and we were in Ironforge, and it was it was basically an accurate Ironforge. Like, that Ironforge looked pretty much exactly like it did in the game, and I was like, we were sitting together, like, in the area just in front of the bridges that lead to the auction house. We were sitting on the ground there playing together. It was kind of sweet, honestly. I don't know why we were in Ironforge, but I guess the two things my subconscious at the time wanted were to be in Ironforge and have an Aibo. Well, one of those is goal achieved, but Ironforge isn't a real place. I wish, like, that was a real thing. Maybe that's part of my subconscious. I love the trope, the fantasy trope of, dwarves and gnomes living inside of mountains. I wish that was real. I know that there are, like, you can go inside mountains when you go through a bridge, like a tunnel through the mountain. When you're in a car, and when you go through those things, it makes your ears pop. I bet if you went into Ironforge... Excuse me, that's not nice! No! Ah! I didn't make it! I didn't dance. I was trying to dance with the cat. I was trying to trick her into thinking I was a really intelligent kitty. Not an enemy. Just a cool hunter pet. I love... The thing that I remember about this is when hunters would get a low-level pet and give it a cool name, like, Snarltooth, for instance, and then mark themselves as PvP and go to a low-level area and, like, Eye of the Beast, and just, like, walk around their Snarltooth pet so it looks like a rare enemy, and then trick lobies into being like, oh man, it's a rare spawn, I gotta kill it for stuff. And then they just, like, come out of the corner and kill them. But you can't do that anymore because, well, you can do that in BC Classic probably, but like in retail, you can't do that because your pet's auto level. But the concept of it is just so funny. I kind of miss that. It's nostalgia for you. Casually coughs and dies. Okay. Yeah, my Baja Blast went flat. That's what I mean. I just run my mouth and then all my drinks go flat. That's a good like modern era curse. All your drinks go flat sooner rather than later. Like you just like cast the spell on someone. I don't know what. I'm not gonna detail it. You figure it out yourself. And the target of your bane, like they go to like, I don't know if it's Walmart. It's not a restaurant. They go to Arby's. I meant to say Applebee's, but that too. And they get like a Coke because they don't have Pepsi there anymore. Applebee's has Pepsi, and they have a special Mountain Dew. You wish you weren't a cringe-o Coke distributor, don't you, Arby's? What am I saying? And they get Dark Berry Bash from Arby's. And, like, they're drinking their Dark Berry Bash, and before their food even gets to their table. Can you be nice, please? That was disrespectful. Call your mom. Anyway, before they even get their food out, their drink has gone completely flat. And the ice has probably melted a lot, too. And they're like, whoa! What happened? And they complain to the Arby's, our Applebee's waitress. And they're like, my drink's flat. And they're like, oh, I'll get you another one. So they get them another one, and it happens again. But they drink it. And by the time they get their new drink out, their food goes cold. Imagine how messed up it would be to cast that on somebody. That's like you know that like list of wizard curses that are unethical and you should not cast? Like, they'll get you like excommunicated from the wizard society? That's one of them for sure. Like, just barren someone's womb. Don't go to such evil measures as to make their drinks go flat and their food go cold. Like, we have standards on how we treat other people here. I don't know what I'm talking about. Whatever. I don't know, I was thinking about, like, changing my character's shirt, but I'm kind of, like, grooving. I'm kind of grooving this shirt. This is a nice shirt. I might just, like, change the texture a bit, but, like... Am I not say... Is it, like, a faux pas to talk about... to break the magic? Sorry if I broke the magic. Just pretend I didn't say anything. I was just talking about my dream, haha. About going to... the Red Ridge... Oh yeah, I had a dream once. Another good World of Warcraft dream I had was I went to Red Ridge and I was, it was a real life dream, not like I wasn't playing World of Warcraft. I was in Red Ridge in real life. And I went to Red Ridge and I went to, what are they called? An antique store. It was a really nice antique store too. But I was like looking around, just looking. I didn't want to spend any money. Because I like didn't have that much money on me at the time. Which, there's another dream that I can talk about that is, like, the antithesis of that. So I had that dream, which I was, like, completely normal. And I was like, oh, I don't have that much money, so I shouldn't spend all my money at Red Ridge Antique Boutique. That would be bad. I gotta save my money. But I saw some really cute, like, art dolls for sale, like, at someone's booth. And I was like, oh, man, I wish I could afford these. Like, that's, like... It's a sad dream, actually. That was way too, it was grounded in reality, but too grounded. Like, it was not grounded enough because I was in Red Ridge, which is not real, but it was too grounded because I didn't have enough money to buy anything I wanted at the antique store. Like, and then I had the opposite dream, where I was like, part of it was I was playing Minecraft, and then partway through... I like realized I was dreaming, I think. So I started lucid dreaming, but I didn't do anything interesting. When I was lucid dreaming, but I feel like lately I've been less capable of like fully dissociating myself from the fact that I'm dreaming at all. I'll realize I'm dreaming and that I have some modicum of control over what's happening, but not like total control. So I was just like, oh, well, if I'm lucid dreaming, then I can have as much money as I want to spend at the antique store. This is awesome. And I like poofed myself $1 million or whatever, and I was like, I'm gonna buy everything here that I want. But then my dream fought back. My dream got really aggressive at me, and it was like, okay, you can give yourself $1 million, $1 billion to spend, but I'm the dream, and I'm the boss here. So in my dream, the people who worked there were like, oh, you actually can't buy all of that stuff because you're gonna go over the limit of toxic cadmium paint you can have shipped to your house. And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, all of these antiques use cadmium paint, and the government says there's a limit to the amount of stuff you can have shipped to your house that has cadmium paint in it. So you can't get all this stuff. You can only have like a sum of it. Sorry, you have to put some of that back now, otherwise you can't have it shipped to your house. And I was like, can't I just carry it to my house or something? And they're like, but COVID regulations mean that you have to have it all shipped to your house. You have to get it shipped to your house because you gotta social distance. And I'm like, well, we're not social distancing. And they're just like, silence, worm. And they took all my stuff away and I couldn't take it all. And then I went back to try to find it again. I was like, maybe if I just like buy it bit by bit, I'll buy a little bit and then I'll buy a little bit more. But then when I bought the first part and then it went back to find the rest of the stuff, I couldn't find it anymore. It was gone. Somebody bought it. It was the worst. Like, I'm not allowed to have fun in my dreams anymore, man. It's like, nope. You lucid dreamt yourself $1 million, but we're coming up with new rules that you can't lucid dream out of. And, like, but it was so vivid that I could tell that I was, like, looking at, like, crystal balls, but one of them was made out of plastic, and I could tell just, like, picking it up. And I think some people say that they don't have, their dreams are not that vivid, which I think is just interesting. I don't know. It's always, like, something like that. It's never, I guess I'm pretty peaceful. My worst anxieties that I dream about are not having enough money to buy useless items at a thrift store. I used to have, well, I'm not going to say used to because I could probably have them again if I think about it too hard, but one of my recurring nightmares that I have is going to the store and buying something and then realizing all my money is counterfeit. But it's like really, it's almost always like super obviously counterfeit. Like when you pick it up, it's not like this is a $2 bill, but it doesn't have the funny metal strip inside. It's like, it's some denomination of money that doesn't exist, like a $17 bill. And I go to check out, I'm like, why is all my money these weird fake denominations? Why does this have George Clinton's face on it? Who are these fake dollars? Like, they have fake dollars of celebrities, or they have some fake number, like $17, $37. The number 7 and 3 shows up in the fake denominations, I noticed. I don't know if that means anything. It might. What is the spiritual significance of a $17 counterfeit bill? They recur in my dreams a lot. The esoteric side of internet. And that reminds me, I did have another dream that was a nightmare, that I was given a tour of a Mountain Dew, what are they called? A Mountain Dew facility. What do you call when you make something? Oh, a factory. I was getting a tour of the Mountain Dew factory, and they had, like, all of these flavors that, like, they were making that hadn't been released yet, or, like, even leaked or anything. And I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get all of these, I'm gonna get one of each, and I'm gonna taste test them all and tell the Dew Drinker Discord. And then my friends who I was with, who I didn't realize I was with until that time, left. And I realized that they were getting in trouble when they were leaving by security, because the security was like, you can't take any. You can't take any of that. So I was like so afraid of getting in trouble. Like, I was afraid of, like, the affliction of rejection-sensitive dysphoria of getting in trouble for stealing Mountain Dew, stealing fizzy lifting drinks, God forbid, that I, like, flung them away from me. I took them out of my pockets and flung them out and ran to the entrance. And I nearly escaped with my life. I escaped. They were like, okay, yeah, you don't have anything that you stole. You didn't steal anything. You're a good noodle. And I was like, thank God they didn't notice. I threw them out of my pockets. And I was, like, sitting on the bench with the person who I was with in that dream, who was somebody who I have not been friends with in like, not 10 years, maybe like 7, a very long time, who, I don't know why I was dreaming of them, but whatever. And then the man comes out, this big burly security guard, and he's like, you think we wouldn't notice that you are trying to steal Mountain Dew? And I was like scared. He was like scared. He was screaming at me, and he was like, you bet I'm just not. I'm just a tired old man from carrying 40 crates of Mountain Dew every day. And I was like, oh my god, no, sir. I'm so impressed with how many Mountain Dew crates you can carry. You're so strong, sir. And he was like, don't try to flatter me. I know you tried to steal. And then this, like, woman, I think her name was, like, Desiree or Denise or something with a D. This, like, little woman comes out, and she is like, you stole. And she got so mad, too. And I was, like, running away from them. I was like, sir, I didn't take anything. You just can't. You can't get mad at me because I didn't take any Mountain Dew. See, my pockets are empty. And I was running away. And the Desiree, Denise girl, woman, I don't know her name, she got in her car and tried to run me over. She tried to run me over. And I was like, you can't run people over. That's against the law. Stealing Mountain Dew is against the law, but I didn't do that. Running people over is super against the law. That's crazy. You can't do that. And he was like, we'll find out you stole. We will find out you stole Mountain Dew, and then you will be sorry. And then she kept trying to run me over, and he was like hanging out the other side of the car door. And I was like, bro, you can't do that. So I resorted to what every good person who realizes they are dreaming and I did not steal fizzy lifting drinks from Mountain Dew would resort to, and I just started laying a mind control on thick. I was like, well, if I'm dreaming, I'll just control her into not running me over with her car. So I'm like, you're not gonna run me over with your car. You can't do that in my dream. And she stopped, and she, like, pulled over, like, you know, when they swerve over, like, to the side of the road, I was like, to the side of the road, like, they swerve their car, and she, like, stops to the side of the road. I'm like, I'm running away, I'm still running, I'm like, get away from her right now, she's crazy, she's trying to kill me! And so I do that, and she's like, it worked for a little bit, and then she's like, oh no, you can't use that trick on me, and then she tries to run me over again, and I'm like, no way! And my not friend is with me, and I'm like, no way, that's crazy. She's trying to run me over, and then the not friend's like, yeah, I know she's trying to kill us for stealing Mountain Dew, and I was like, I didn't steal any, and she was like, well, of course I would steal because I'm not good at Dew shoes, and I was like, I'm getting in trouble for being associated with you? That's crazy. So, like, that happens. And that's the part where I started not trying to wake up, I'm like just, like, starting to wake up. Because you can't sleep forever, you know. And the last thing I remember is, like, giving up on trying to mind control the woman out of not running me over with her car. So I, like, mind control her into believing that my friend is, like, a master manipulator. That is exactly what I said. I was like, first name, last name is a master manipulator. And she'll just manipulate them out of trying to kill us. And then I woke up. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on in my brain. I don't take what maybe that's the moral of the story is if you're caught with ex-friends, you better hope that they're manipulative ones so they can manipulate people out of running you over with their SUV. No, that doesn't make any sense. Where are the things? See, I have a COVID voice and I'm gonna have streamer voice and hey, Lebesity, do me a favor and don't kill me. We're friends, right? You'd be my friend, right? Yeah, see? He's invited to my late COVID birthday party. I don't know who he is. We will never have contact. It's that, like, missing connection thing with the Horde versus Alliance. Dear Lebesity, Grobulus, US, Burning Crusade Classic, you were invited to my Chuck E. Cheese birthday party. That isn't gonna happen. I genuinely believe, I don't care if they redesign their logo, I still think Chuck E. Cheese is unsanitary as heck. I do not care that they redesign their logo. I know he's fit. I know that they redesigned their logo and it barely fits in the original shape. They put the new logo over the old shape, the old silhouette, and you can see the silhouette of the old logo that's like making up the shape that the new logo barely fits in. And you think that I don't think that you're wiping your counters down? No, I think that's disgusting. I really do. I think it's disgusting, and I don't want to eat at your establishment. Please, like, what the heck? It's just gross. I can't. I went there once when I was a kid, and I ate their pizza, but that was back when I was allergic to pizza. I mean, no, allergic to milk, not pizza. I could eat pizza, but I had to take the cheese off. So I had to take the cheese off the pizza. And I think the only thing that's good is in heavy scare quotes about that place, is their greasy cheese. So I was eating cardboard with red sauce on it. That's what I was eating. That was what was food for me, is what I ate at that time in my life. And it's like, why didn't they... Now, somebody showed me recently the vegan mozzarella, and it comes in a bottle. Why didn't they have that when I was a kid? That's my question, because I could put a bottle of that in my backpack. You know, and I could bring that to school, and I could take the cheese off my pizza at school and put that mozzarella on. The vegan mozzarella. It does not have any milk in it. I could have put that on my pizza at school and not have to eat cardboard with red sauce. Because I had to take the cheese off. And pizza at school is probably even worse than... At least Chick-fil-A pizza. Whoa, hang on, that's not a thing. Is Chick-fil-A gonna start having pizza because I said so? No. Chuck E. Cheese pizza. Even that is like... At least it's good because it's got, like, unhealthy stuff on it. It's got, like, grease and, like, flavor crystals from their grill. They don't have that at school. They scrape all the flavor crystals out because it's not good for you. And they don't put any grease on their pizza. It's, like, literally cardboard with red sauce. Politicized red sauce and politicized cardboard pizza. And the politicized cheese, but I couldn't have it. The cheese was the only flavor, and I couldn't have any of that. Because I was allergic to milk. I'm like, whipped myself up into a frenzy. Oh god, about the political pizza at my school and the political chicken nuggets. Those are the only good ones. Is the Asian teriyaki chicken nuggets. And I was like, really, I had hanger issues, so I would get really mad at my classmates sometimes for no reason. Like, they didn't do anything wrong. I was just hungry, and I got mad at them during lunch. Like, we are working on this problem to the solution, brain. Please resist adding more anger chemicals. I have the disgusting politicized curry in my hand right now, and I'm eating it. Because in 9th grade, they did have curry at the school. And it was not good. But it said it was curry, so I was like, yeah, I have to eat this one. It was honestly not that great, but I felt a moral requirement to want to eat it because it was curry, which is how I am to this very day. Like, you could label anything as curry, and I was like, well, I have to try it because I have to know, because it's curry, what it tastes like. It might be terrible. And I went to a restaurant that was Americanized, and I'm not talking about diaspora food. I do not mean diaspora food. I mean actually Americanized, because there was a white guy as a chef, and he was making curry, and I got curry at that restaurant, and it was disgusting. It was inedible, and I've never had an edible curry in my life, and I literally went home and I cried. And I might have been overreacting, but I was really stressed out that day, and this sick man, he comes up to me, and he's like, what's wrong? He's the chef. And I'm like, this is not very good. Like, we just say it to him. I didn't say it to him. I think my grandparents said it because I was meek, and I'm still meek, and I don't know if I would say that even today, because I don't like being mean to people. But he deserved it, because he was like, oh, well, we just tone things down in this restaurant. Things are a little bit different here. We just tone things down a little. And I was like, but it's not good when you do that. It does not taste like anything. What do you think curry is? It's like a mixture of spices, usually. Every cuisine, every culture has a curry, and every culture or curry has some kind of spices in it. Some kind of spices. Some are less spicy, like the curry they eat in Britain, supposedly less spicy, or like Japanese curry is not super spicy, but it still has flavor. It still tastes like something. It doesn't taste like green nothing. It was literally like green. Green curry is one of the most spicy and flavorful Thai curry in my opinion. It's very spicy compared to the others. Some of them are pretty sweet, but that one's pretty spicy in comparison to the others. I mean, obviously this is in comparison. Thai curry is not that spicy to begin with, but like, for what it is, it's pretty spicy. And that tasted like a cardboard Even the political curry at my school tasted better than that. The politicized curry. It was like, I don't know what it was. It was like, they're like imitating Chinese food restaurant food. So it was, they at least tried. Like, it's at least like, you know, like the kind of strange, semi-off. It's like, I don't really know where the curry, that specific kind of curry lives on the curry, like, quadrants. You know, there's 4 quadrants of curries. I don't know where it goes. It's like, I guess it's like Chinese diaspora. I don't know. But it was like that. I had a lot of, like, when they have Chinese food, it's like Chinese diaspora food. But at least Chinese diaspora food is authentic to somebody. Like, green curry that tastes like nothing and has nothing in it, but, like, strips of nothing and nothing rice on the side, that's nobody's culture. That does not belong to anybody's culture. It's just nothing. It's nothing. It's just green on a plate. And I hated that restaurant so much. I had a blood feud. Like, in my brain, I had a blood feud, but it didn't matter because that restaurant went out of business like the next week. Nobody here wants that garbage because we live close to, like, various little Asia towns. There are a whole bunch. We live in a heavily Asia diaspora area, so people here already know what good Asian food tastes like. And, like, even stuff like what is it called? Panda Express is, like, valid to an extent because it's diaspora food. It's not just random crap. It's not this guy, this white man who faced me that day across the table and was like, "We toned it down for your enjoyment." Excuse me, whose enjoyment? You're crazy. Oh my goodness. I even today, it's been like, I was like 15 when that happened. I'm still heated. Oh my god, it's been 10 years since I went to that restaurant? That doesn't sound right! I was like 14, or 15. No, I was definitely like 14 because I was still in middle school, I think. It's been 10 years! And I still have that anger in my body about that restaurant! It's been 10 years since I went there! What the heck? That's dastardly. It's despicable. I'm going to become violently ill thinking about this for any longer. Okay. Fertile spores. I'm not really paying attention to the quests I'm getting. I know I have to do all of them, so, like, just pick them up. If I get confused, I'll just find them. And what was that quest? Did I get a quest for, mushrooms yet? Yeah, glow clap. Just do that. No, don't call. Why do people call it? In my personal opinion, I don't think that dwarf-only guilds are racist. I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't believe that this is something that's coming out of my mouth. Because, first of all, they're just dwarves. It's just a roleplay thing. And I remember in Emerald Dream, I don't remember who the original was. I don't think that's them. They were like Thunder Brew, it's a real thing in the game. Something. And they always seem kind of chill. Like, I've roleplayed with them for PvP. And they were chill. Like, they weren't like, human, be gone. They were like, oh yes, let us join arms against the Horde, sister. As I was playing as Amy Lynn, and we were like, running through Stranglethorn to kill Horde. Oh yeah, I remember that. That was good. Because, like, they started it. It's always them. That one, I don't know if they're still active. They have a lot of copycats. That one, they originated in Emerald Dream, and supposedly, I haven't been on Emerald Dream in years, but supposedly, they're like the one thing keeping, I almost said ERP, that's not the right thing. PvP, RP, PvP alive. I'm sorry, I misspoke. And, like, good for them, I guess. And I did, do that with them. And we went from Stormwind, and we went, because there was Horde, and we were fighting them in Redridge, and we were fighting them, like, on the border from Redridge to Duskwood, and then we fought them, and we chased them away into Stranglethorn, and then we just, like, went to Stranglethorn Bay to hang out, Booty Bay, to just chill, after our powerful defeat. And they were, like, chill. There was a lot of dwarves there. This is a dwarf guild. But they were never like, only dwarves can PvP at this time. They were, like, chill. They were like, yeah, let's kill those enemies, guys. Those horrible fools to enter our land against our will. We shall drive them back by force. And I was like, cool. I have never had beef with that one guild. I don't know if any of their copycats are like sullying the name of dwarf-only guilds by being cringe. I know that there was some drama about the Moonguard. Was it Moonguard or Emerald Dream? I think it was Moonguard. The Moonguard Draenei Guild. I think I almost joined them. Was it Moonguard? Yeah, it had to have been. Because there's no major roleplay guilds on Call of the Lost. So I had to have been Moonguard, but I was like in another guild at the time. That's the only thing I can think of. Because if it was Quell for Loss and there was a roleplay guild, I would join in like 5 seconds. Back when I played on retail. But there aren't any non-active, no, that's not what I meant to say. There are not any active, non-serious guilds. There are no active casual guilds or active roleplay guilds in Quell for Loss that I've ever found. And I was in a guild. I remember that guild taught me a lot about the way people talk to each other culturally, because the leader was like Chilean or something, and he kept saying things to me that I didn't understand, and I thought he was mad at me, but he was actually trying to be nice. I think. I was like, oh, I don't know what I did, but I think he hates me. And then I like Googled it, like slang or something, and I was like, oh no, he's trying to be friendly. I didn't understand. It was kind of embarrassing. Well, not really. I don't remember his name anymore. He's gone. He's like, that guild doesn't exist anymore. I'm not in a guild in Call of the Lost. And I'm probably not going to be playing in Call of the Lost in whatever the next time I play in retail is, because I was going to play as my... Where are you? Oh. I was going to play as my Death Knight on Moonguard. I was going back to Moonguard, because I was getting... I just wanted to be in a place where I could understand people. I can understand people in Call of the Lost, but not to the extent. I think I was burning myself out by making myself constantly reading in my second language. Like, that can be good practice, but I was burning myself out. Like, I was getting to the point where I just stopped reading. Like, it wasn't that I was, like, struggling to read. I just wasn't reading things anymore. And I was like, okay, maybe we need to start over. Because if I'm avoiding reading, I'm not getting practice in. Like, if I'm not reading the quest text, I'm not practicing. I might as well just not be reading the quest text in English. So, yeah, I just went back to... And I wasn't talking to anybody because I just have this, like, shyness about talking in my second language. Like, I had a little bit of success. I had some guy I was talking to who would always talk to me. And he would constantly be like, do you want me to speak English? And I'd be like, no, don't. I'm gonna have to Google Translate 95% of what you were saying to me, but don't. I need to practice. And I felt kind of bad because I was wondering if he couldn't understand what I was saying, and he was offering. Or maybe he was offering because he wanted to practice? I don't know. It was interesting. I don't remember how I met this guy. I think he was like... He had, like, you could see my profile on TRP or whatever. Yeah, it's TRP. And then I deleted that character. I don't play as that character anymore because I just don't play as... I was gonna play as Horde for a little bit on Call of the Lost, and then just decided that I didn't want to do that for whatever reason. I don't remember why. I think I'd just rather, especially with how retail realms are now, I'd rather just keep a Horde on one realm and all Alliance on one realm, and all Horde on one Spanish realm and all Alliance on one Spanish realm. And that's how that ended up being. But I don't have any Horde on Spanish realms yet. I just have Alliance on Quell of the Lost, Horde on Moonrest. Not quite. Wormrest Accord, and then Moonguard Alliance. Also, holy crap. I had a really good guild for a while. Yeah, speaking of racial guilds, I was in a good Nightborn guild, and then I took a break for playing for a while, and I came back and the guild was falling apart because of drama. I don't know if anybody remembers if I mention this and I put this on YouTube and people watch. I want to know if anyone remembers this. The Agents of... I almost said Agents of Aasimar. That's a D&D race. The Agents of Suramar, I think, right? Yeah, right. And they were like... They were good on events. I enjoyed their events a lot. I enjoyed playing with them. That was a really good active guild. And then, like, I stopped playing. I don't even remember what happened, to be honest. Like, I don't remember what the drama was. But there was something, and the guild fell apart because of it. I literally couldn't tell you anything. And, like, I have a bad habit. I've mostly broken the habit now, but I used to have a bad habit of following all of the confessions blogs because I wanted to make sure people weren't talking about me. So I had never seen anything about that guild on any of those blogs until the drama happened. Maybe they might have started posting about it then, but like even when I wasn't playing WoW, I'd been watching those blogs because I want them to be. I want to know if they're like Mahiru. Nope, that's not her name. Mahio Wormrest Accord. Can I not talk? Mahiu Wormrest Accord is a lid or something, and I wanted to see it. So I was like, well, looking. No one ever says anything about me because I'm literally a fly on the wall and roleplay 99% of the time, which is, for the most part, how I like it. I mean, I like to interact sometimes, and I did it. When we were trying a character, I think I was part of the jury of a character who was under trial in Thunderbluff with them, with the Agents of Suramar. I'm trying to remember. The chick, the warlock chick, she did something naughty, and she was, like, under trial. So I was part of the jury. I know this is super vague. I don't know if there's, like, a law against talking about, like, other players. I'm just talking about a roleplay event. I'm talking purely from an in-character standpoint. I have no feelings or opinions about anybody's players, because I don't remember them well enough to have any. Because that was 2 years ago at this point. That's like the one thing I remember having an active part in, was that trial. That was kind of fun. I liked having a part in that, like an active part in that. But at the same time, I just have like a shyness problem. I'm shy. I didn't used to be that way. Back when I was like a teenager, I was like role-playing up a storm. Like when I said earlier, I stopped leveling my character just to roleplay all the time. I sold all my gear and everything. Like, I just wanted to roleplay, and something happened. I don't know. I just got awkward. And I had a character I ran before that with a guild. I don't remember the name, actually. Something... The premise of the guild was, like, we were, like, explorers. I think we were, like, similar to the Explorers Guild, where we were, like, exploring and looking for, like, artifacts. And I was there was, like, a Blood Elf guy. And there was me, I was my Orc Monk, who I had actually gotten her up pretty high, but don't roleplay her anymore. She's probably gonna get a reboot if her go back to retail. My Orc Monk and other people I don't remember. And I really just roleplayed her as, like, just not talking. For the most part. Like, she was pretty much mute. Because, I don't know, I just like sitting around and watching other people be the main character while I hung out. It's kind of what I like. I don't know, it's just... I like stories and I like writing characters, but I'm not good at the social aspect as much as I used to be. Every time I seriously get, like, so stressed out, like, so socially anxious that I start sweating when I get walked up to. Like, I'm always like, oh man, I wish people would walk up to me. I'd love to walk up to somebody. And then somebody actually does it. And I'm never emotionally prepared. Like, a couple of months ago, some rando walked up to me in Darnassus and started telling jokes. And I was, like, sweating in my boots. I was quaking. I was like, ha, your jokes are so funny. Wow. I've never met you before. What's your name? Ha ha ha. And it's like, he's gonna jump out of the screen and tell me I'm embarrassing because of my roleplay, which is not true. Nobody cares. I care the least out of anybody on this planet. I am the one person who will tell you this is a really secret fact, and people will get mad at me for saying this, but it's the truth. Roleplaying is not about writing. It's about, like, it's not about writing text. It's not about making words. It's about acting. Because sometimes you do it through text. If you can write a compelling story, it doesn't matter how you do it. As long as the people you are having fun and the people you're role-playing with are having fun. I don't care if you use bad English. The point of communication is being understood, not to be right. And it drives me crazy when people get, like, really anal about how you write and how you roleplay. It's like, it's not about what words I'm typing and how many sentences I have before I press enter. It's about the story we're making together. Like, please. Biggest pet peeve ever. I'd rather roleplay with somebody who's, like, English is not their first language, or, like, they're dyslexic or something and can't write well, or whatever reason they'd have for having not considered traditionally good writing. Like, I don't care. Just have fun. It makes me so mad when people are like, must write, must college, Chicago cite all sources or whatever in the lore. That's another thing I don't like is lore. Like, it's like the lore is like it's not. That doesn't have to be set in stone. I like it when people don't have to like cross-reference everything. And that also goes back to another stress that I have about role-playing is being incorrect. Especially when it's about something that I care a lot about and know what I think is know a lot about in World of Warcraft lore. I don't know, I've spent a long time studying. It's been a special interest at least once. I'd like to think that I know some things about it, so it does make me kind of anxious when there are these people who are like getting ready to call you out for being wrong about something in the lore. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter that much, and especially like if it's your character talking about something, your character is not going to remember what color of nail polish Thrall was wearing the day he was born, or whatever. Like, your character can get things wrong. Your character doesn't have to know everything. And I think that's important. I don't know how this became a spiel about me talking about roleplay. I think it's important. I don't know. I'm passionate about it even though I avoid doing it and then say I like it. I tell people I love roleplay and then do everything in my power to avoid it as much as possible. Because people scare me. I think I was just when I was like 15 or... I was even younger than that. I was like 14 or 13. Even then, like... I wasn't like messed up yet. I wasn't traumatized yet. I've had some... Oh, oops, I forgot to finish that quest because I was being attacked. That's right, let's go finish that. I think I just got more scared of people as I aged. Which makes sense, but... I don't know, one day I'll get back into role-playing full swing, who knows. I don't know how people do it. I know people who are like... who they have to be role-playing. They love it so much they want it to be role-playing. Like, that's what they want to be doing. Like, role-playing with people, and even strangers online. And I'm like, I wish I could still do that. I wish I could have that much of a, like, pull towards it. But I'm like, people scare me, I don't know. I don't... One day, I think I will. But, like, it'll take some practice. Even with friends, like, I've tried doing roleplay stuff with friends before, and I almost always just, like, stop. Like, I ghost out, because I get too anxious about either... It's usually about anxiety about being wrong about something. I don't know why. Out of all the things I could be afraid of, that's, like, the least important. Especially if it's, like, I don't know, I have a strange fear of messing up. I feel like if it's, like, World of Warcraft, and it's somebody I know, it might be less bad. Just because I'm so opinionated about... I should probably kill this before it kills me. Because I'm so opinionated about other people being snobbish about lore, I think it would cancel out. And if anybody was snobbish... Like, if I was a friend, I wouldn't be afraid of them being snobbish. I mean, I'm still, like... I don't want people to yell at me. That's, like, the opposite of what I want. I've heard too much drama, but people fighting. And I remember that drama about... Oh my god, that drama. I don't know if that drama is still occurring, but there used to be a drama that I briefly followed just out of curiosity, because it was something that came up for me in my own, like, do I want to be this? People were having an argument on one of those... horrible... What's a non-gamer word I can say? Or should say? I'm trying not to say the C word because I think it's uncouth that people call things that. Because I think it's... You know why. If you know, you know. Toxic. There's a word for me. Okay, toxic. This very toxic, foolish conversation people were having. It was really discourse. It was such a stupid... thing to be arguing about. Like, the answer, in my opinion, should be obvious, but people genuinely had it in their brains that if you roleplayed as a dragon and didn't tell them that your character was secretly a dragon, that you were breaching consent. Which I can't imagine, like... Maybe it's because my first D&D character was secretly a dragon reborn into the body of a dwarf, and I had to keep that as a secret. That was my character's secret from the rest of my party when I was playing that character. It was like it was all of our first games. Well, not all of us. I think most of us was our first game though. So the DM was like, okay, all of your characters are gonna have a secret, and none of your characters are gonna, no one's gonna know. I mean, you're gonna keep it to yourself, and it'll be your character secret, and it'll come up or whatever later. And mine was that my character did a bad deed, and she got in big trouble with Dragon Bahamut, I think. She got in trouble, and Bahamut or whatever was like, okay, to be punished, you're going to be put in this body of a dwarf and atone for your sins. And I was like, okay, that's cooler than being like torn asunder or whatever, I'll take it. So they just like, it particularly hit home weirdly for me that this like basic baby's first D&D character trope that I had for my first D&D character, people were arguing if it was like okay, like on a moral level, to roleplay a character who was secretly a dragon and not tell anybody OOCly. And I really hope that people realize that was a stupid thing to think that was bad, because it is. But people get they want to make sure that their role-playing is 100% like sacrosanct or whatever in the eyes of the lore gods, that would even come up for them. I can't. And the thing is, I was actually thinking about I had a couple of like character ideas that I started playing and then ended up throwing away because I just wasn't into it. I had 2 whole secret dragons. So it was like, really? I mean, I personally, like, if I really wanted to play a secret dragon, I'd still do it. Like, I wouldn't care if people think it's a breach of... Here's the thing about OOC secrets. I mean, keeping IC secrets OOC, that was hard to say. Here's the thing about it. Not telling somebody OOCly all of your character's IC secrets is a great tool to prevent metagaming. So it really makes you think that people were really up in arms about something like that, not being told to them OOC. I really think that the consent part of it, they wanted something to make this whole like social justice statement or whatever about whether or not it was like morally okay, because like you can just be like, I honestly just don't go at the beef is with secret dragons, I'm not gonna lie. Like, people say it's because it's not lore accurate, but it could be. How many characters, I mean, you know Blizz these days, how many characters do you think they would pull the secret dragon card on? Like, people used to think that Jaina was secretly a dreadlord, and they thought that was actually canon. So, like, I don't know why secret dragons can't also be a thing. And it doesn't matter. Like, who cares? Fun police are not my thing. And I hate it even more when people go from not only being a fun police, but making it like the actual police, and like getting socially angry at you for playing a secret dragon because you broke someone else's consent by not divulging secrets. Oh, hello. That scared me. They probably didn't even mean to do that. That was probably an accident. I don't know. It's just like, whoa. Kind of like, I just don't get it. But like, I don't know, like if I wanted to, I would do it. The reason that I ended up not playing Secret Dragons ended up just being because I wasn't into either of the characters that I built. I made 2 whole ones, 2 different flights too. I made a green flight and a red flight. And the green flight one was she was like basically like, you know how supposedly there are like undercover characters who are like undercover, what do you call it? Food inspectors, health inspectors. Like the episode of SpongeBob, the concept of undercover health inspectors. I was playing that character she was a troll, or her mortal form was a troll. She's a red dragon, and basically she was checking up in Orgrimmar to make sure no more like war crime-esque things are being committed against dragons, because the Horde have had a past with committing crimes against dragons, and that was my idea for that character. And I guess it was a cool idea, but like, I I just didn't fall in love with it. So I just ditched it. And then the next character was a green dragon, who I didn't really end up developing that much. She was a green dragon, and green dragon with a gnome form. And I had all these, like, interesting ideas for how I develop her character and just threw them all out because I just couldn't. I even used a boost on her. She was such a waste of a boost because I don't even really like. I have, like, 3 or 4 priests at varying levels. Well, the first troll, the troll I ended up, like, deleting, I think. She didn't get very far in the levels. But I boosted that. I boosted the gnome dragon girl. And then realized that I just didn't care for her character. So that was a waste of a boost. And then I made Mahio, who is my Nightborn, who I ran with the agents. And I almost got to the point where I got her gear, her heritage gear. And then I realized I just don't like playing priests in retail that much. So I ditched her. Which is also part of the reason why I ditched the guild a little bit low-key. Like, I would show up for roleplay events, and that's basically it. And then, like, they started having roleplay events in, Dazar Allure, but I couldn't go there because of the way it was phased for lobies. So I just kind of gave up. And then the guild had drama and broke up. So I haven't really touched that character that much. I can't remember if I ever ended up getting her to 60 or 50. I haven't gotten anyone to 60 because I have not played Shadowlands. But, like, her, she's somewhere. I genuinely don't remember if I got her to 60 or not. I mean, 50, whatever. I got a bunch of characters to 50 during the pre-patch for Shadowlands, though. Like, when they did the level squish initially. That was the first time leveling had actually been actively fun in retail for a while. Like, obviously I can do this, like, all day long, but it's slow, and, like, doing it for alts, nah. This is my one character for BC, and she'll be my one character for, Wrath, too. And then I might level up another character in BC, I don't know yet. But, like, in retail, I'm kind of an altaholic. I like leveling alts up, and that made it really easy, because I can just pick a level, pick a zone I like, any zone, ever, and just do it. All of it. And then I'd be, like, halfway there and just do another zone, and we're done. That's really nice. I really like the level squish, actually. I thought I was gonna hate it, because I have issues accepting change. And then change comes, and it's like, oh, this is awesome, actually. That's how I am. But at least I can admit, for the most part, that it's... I usually can tell when it's like, oh, I'm just apprehensive because change freaks me out. I try not to be like change bad. Sometimes change good. Change can be good. Especially if it's for quality of life stuff. Like, I noticed... I felt mildly... I don't want to say gaslit, but, like, I was being Mandela affected. Because I realized recently they added guild banks to Classic, and I'm 99% sure that was a Cata thing, right? But, like, it feels so much like it belongs in BC that it really made me go, wait, did BC have guild banks? Because I'm pretty sure it didn't. I'm pretty sure guild banks weren't a thing till, like, actual guild banks, not like making a guild bank character and then having them, the guild master disband the guild and the guild bank character take all the stuff. That's happened at least once. If you wound up in a good guild, that wouldn't happen, though. Also, I don't think I'm speaking from experience, but when I was a kid, okay, so, like, I played, my parents had a guild, and then, like, their guild had, like, a side guild for their kids, the kids of the guild. It was, like, Demons of the Heart and Demons of the Soul or something, and before that it was Squirrel Mafia, but I wasn't in that, I wasn't in any guild at that time, because it didn't have a kid guild, but I knew my dad was in that guild. I'm, like... World of the WoW equivalent of dropping docs, talking about people's guilds back in Classic. I doubt any of them play anymore. If you were an adult and had a child in Classic era, then you're not playing World of Warcraft anymore. I'm mostly speaking from experience as the child. Oh wait, hang on, what? Oh, I leveled up, so there's more quests for me. Okay, let's go grab those, actually. Oh yeah, there's probably quests I can... Fertile Spores? Where do I get that? Oh, I get them from Spore Bats. I've been so, like, zonked out talking about random crap. let's, oh, I have a quest up there. Let's go up and turn that in and get these other quests. I don't know, I could do this for a long time. Who is this? Leragas? Oh, please. Please, please, please. Just jump! Just jump! Oh, okay, we got it. We made it! Yes! At some point I'm gonna have to take a break, though. Maybe I'll grab these quests and then, like, AFK for a second. I'm safe up here. Cause I need to get a wada bada. Otherwise I'm gonna, like, get streamer voice. I already have it because of the sickness, but... What was I getting for this? Leather gloves. Ooh, those are way better. Why is he laughing? This is a serious business and you're laughing, little man? Oh wait, that's cloth. And I got another thing that was, like, random. I need 510 gold to get my mount training, and then, like, 80 something to get the mount. Oh, I've not been. Oh yeah, tarot card. I'm gonna do tarot card soon, but I want to finish as much as the zone I can do before I go to tarot card, just for personal preference. Low key, I don't like tarot card that much in comparison to this zone. I know it's like crazy, probably, but like the quests in tarot card, not my favorite. Don't super duper love them. They're not the worst. They're not the best either. Okay. Okay. Well, since I'm recording, I can just, like, stop. And then finish this up later. Well, this will be the end of this video, I guess, so... see you guys next time. Probably still WoW, unless I find something else to play. Or just make WoW a thing, and start actually streaming instead of just recording for test reasons. Who knows.